Let's take a look at the wheel. I'm going to have several measurements associated with this projection. So I think what I'm going to do is drag this over so I have some room on the left side. I'm going to reposition this back in the lower left, and I'm going to move this section B on this side because I'm not going to be doing any measurements there. One of the things that's going to be convenient to show is right here. If we dimension from this side to this side and pull across like this, that's going to be better again. And this looks like it would be a 3-digit number. And let's zoom out. So let's drag this away from it a little bit. So I'm going to hit escape and drag it up a little bit. So now we know the thickness of that piece. Let's go back to dimension and add some dimensions from here to, say, zoom in on that, to the top edge here. And that looks good for now. We're going to dimension from here to here. And from here to the very top. I don't want the green dots, I want the line edges if I can get them. And I'm getting too far out. Okay. Alright. This 0.38 looks a little strange, so let's make sure we've got the appropriate number of places there. So those are some good, useful things to have right there. The other things we want to talk about are going to be these here. So let's do, well, you know how to do radius and diameter and that sort of thing. You'll also want to kind of zoom in and talk about the, I guess we could do a hole. We might be able to do a hole here, so we're going to get that feature and talk about that hole in that. And this feature, talk about that hole. And then another thing you have to do is measure some angles. So we're going to measure angles between here and here. Drag that out like that. And that looks good. And then we're going to talk about the angle from here to here. Okay, and this is the stock part. You will be using your custom stuff here. So there's a couple of those. You'll have to do all of the dimensions. I'm just giving you some examples. On the CalCatcher view, there are a couple of thicknesses you need to identify clearly. On the view that we added here, we need to show the thickness of this offset by clicking this and dragging out. And then be sure you set your precision appropriately. Okay, and you may have to move some things around so that you don't have any overlap. So we could drag this over to this side and that makes it nicer. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Another thing you have to show is the thickness of this piece here, the shell thickness. So we're going to dimension this and pull up. Again, I want to show 3 decimal places on this, or anyway, match your precision to your specifications and you'll be alright, because what I'll be looking for is the precision that you went to. So that's a couple of sticky measurements you'll have to get. Everything else is pretty typical, so you'll just show the dimensions across the top and that sort of thing, so that should be okay. You'll need to include a lot of dimensions on this page.